Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Sports Gladiators on the Basement Show with Mr. Knast. I am Mr. Knast. Joining me like every Monday night, almost like every show now, we got Mr. Ron.
How you doing,
Good evening,
everybody?
Ron. What a day!
Crazy
I
day.
mean, it's just the start of the 2000. Well, technically, not even really the start of the new league year yet. That officially starts on Wednesday, but teams are now allowed to agree upon contracts with free agents, and this day is always one of the craziest but most fun days to watch.
I love how they call it the unofficial tampering day.
Yeah,
Uh,
that is very true.
that's a pretty funny.
Oh
That
yeah,
they,
absolutely.
yeah, good
Jack says
job.
good evening, men, and I'm so excited for the March Madness tournament tomorrow. Yes,
Lost your audio, John.
working on that still, sorry. But
There you
I was
go.
saying, stay tuned. We're actually going to be
Lost you again.
so I'm sorry. I don't know. My mic doesn't like to cooperate with me, so if I cut out, I'll just finish what I'm saying. But we're announcing something special tonight. Hopefully around 10 o'clock Eastern, if my mic cooperates with me. But so
All right, you got it.
yeah, just let's stay tuned.
Yep, absolutely. Gonna have some fun with it.
Yes, absolutely.
So, tons going on today.
Yes,
I
hey,
I
that.
guess I guess we'll start with the home team. Unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Um, we had some movement today off the Eagles. Um, Javon Hargrave signed a monster contract today. 4 years, $84 million with 60 million guaranteed.
Yeah.
Um, that's definitely a number that we could not have paid this year for Javon Hargrave. So unfortunately, um, but it should definitely be a big loss, but that was probably the most significant of the losses today. However, um, we also had TJ Edwards moving on to the Chicago Bears. Um, he actually signed I don't remember how many years his was, but I know 3. Yeah, your mic's out again. Yeah, 3-year contract. Um, with Chicago. Actually, was rated an A+ by uh, Pro Football Focus on the signing of T.J. Edwards. So I
Wow.
think he got 9. I think he got 9 million. Was it for 3 and maybe 4 million guaranteed or something like that? I'm just going off memory on that one. But they were, and then also Andre Dillard, uh,
He went to
and
Tennessee.
he went to Tennessee. And he's going to get some good bucks because he's probably going to be their left tackle. So left tackle is the money position on the offensive line. So
Yep.
um,
Uh,
and then there was one other one you said, right?
yep. So Dillard's deal is a 3-year, 29 million with 9.6 annual, and they're still waiting for the official guarantee. But 3 years, 29 million. So that's about
Wow.
what eight and a quarter in the season. So
For a guy who barely saw the field last year for us,
yeah, that
it's
is pretty.
crazy. So I mean that one is not going to feel the sting except for depth wise in case of an injury, but um, yeah, that's a huge contract for him.
And then
And then
Marcus
and
Epps got 2 years from 12 million from Las Vegas.
right, yep, Marcus Epps. So yeah, we lost a couple, but uh, one positive today was that Jason Kelsey officially announced that he is definitely returning for this coming season.
Yep, which is awesome news.
Yes, so that's a good thing. So, but that's the home team news for today.
Yeah, there's a lot of other team news.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's plenty going on around the league. That's for darn sure. So, I guess some of the biggest ones was, I guess if you talk, did we talk about the trade? We didn't talk about the trade, right?
No,
Because that happened after the show last week.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Bears traded the number 1 pick to Carolina Panthers for pick number 9 this year, their second round this year, their first round next year, their second round next year, and DJ Moore. And then the Bears get the number 1 overall pick this year. I mean, trade away the number 1 pick this year. And I think there was one other player that the Bears gave up and maybe 1 draft pick, if I recall. So.
Trying not to get too frustrated, but
yeah.
The mouse thing's getting on my nerves.
Yeah.
But I didn't hear about the other pick in the point ball that Chicago's giving up, but Carolina gave up the bank.
Yes. And there are 2 different rumors going around right now. One rumor being that Carolina would turn around and trade that first pick away and drop down a couple spots and get even more capital. That was one rumor that was going around. The other one was that that they were eyeing up Austin Eckler, who actually demanded a trade today from the Chargers. So a lot of people are saying he's likely heading for Chicago. We'll see what happens with that.
Yeah, that could be a very interesting development if he winds up in Chicago. I mean, him and Justin Fields, a very young, revamped wide receiver core.
They're looking kind of scary. They're adding a lot of pieces. It looks like
they're a lot of money.
Looks like they're going for it. They got the most free agent, the most money under the cap. They got all kinds of draft capital. You know, they're looking like they're going to be a team to be reckoned with this year. And with Green Bay losing Rodgers, you know, that division could be wide open because, you know, Kirk Cousins is going to choke.
Yep.
So, like he does every year.
That is true.
He'd be okay if they didn't play any games in primetime.
Yeah, that's the thing, though. When you have a good team, you're going to get put in primetime games.
Yep. So, but every time it seems like he gets on the big stage, he takes the apple. So, unfortunately. So, 49ers went and signed another quarterback.
Yeah. Yep. Well, that's only a 1-year deal. They got Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
Which is actually a pretty smart move, I think.
Well, I mean, what that kind of tells you is that either Lance or Purdy are questionable to be ready.
I think it's going to be Purdy more than anything. Because they had to delay one of his procedures in the UCL joint because of swelling. So
he just had another surgery this past Friday.
Yeah.
So, but the other thing is that there's still an outside possibility that they're going to trade Lance.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, I think all the starting jobs are pretty much claimed for unless someone moves on from a quarterback to get a player like Trey Lance, which will be interesting because now that Jimmy Garoppolo cashed in with Vegas, that's one less quarterback on the market. Like you said, Sam Darnold's going to San Francisco. So,
right. Garoppolo's deal is a 3-year deal with Las Vegas.
Did hear that? Yes.
Yeah. So, and now it's looking almost definite that Aaron Rodgers has agreed to join the Jets.
That beats me because last time I heard he hadn't made a decision yet.
Yeah, I mean, this is like from an hour ago, and
Okay.
there were a lot of places reporting that it was just about a done deal. They were just working on some final contract language.
Hmm. Yeah, because he has to rework his contract apparently if he was to accept the trade to New York.
Right, because he just signed that big extension.
Yeah,
Uh, what last year, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah,
That last year or the year before, I can't remember.
the whatever year he was on Jeopardy. Yes, that was. I guess maybe that was 2 years ago.
2 years, I think.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
So that'll be interesting to see what they give up for him.
Yeah.
Uh, the Giants are signing linebacker Bobby Okick from Indianapolis for a 4-year deal. Eagle Alex Singleton re-up with Denver, 3 year, 18 million, 9 million guarantee.
I love Alex Singleton, by the way, man. I was sad to see him leave the Eagles, and especially with TJ leaving, he would have been a great person to be able to slide back into that role.
Yeah. Now all your main weight and focus is going to switch to Jacoby Dean, who was
Yeah.
a very highly ranked player last year that we wound up getting in the third round.
Yep.
So we'll see how that progresses.
Yeah, because he's going to get a shot this year. It looks like.
Sorry, I do not know what's going on with my mic. I apologize that it keeps cutting out. At least it's not my camera this time.
Yeah.
I will have to mess with more wires, I guess, after the show and figure it out. But it's getting annoying. But Chicago signed T.J. Edwards, and they also went out and signed Tremont Edmonds from Buffalo,
Right.
and they gave him a decent penny to come to Chicago. So you have that one. We talked about San Antonio and 49ers. Who's this one? Oh, Jesse Bates,
Yep.
who was on the Eagles' radar as a trade candidate last year, signed a 4-year, $64 million deal with the Atlanta Falcons today.
Wow.
That's a lot of money. So that
Yeah.
just tells me Gardner Johnson is going to want money in that area, and that's going to be a lot of money to pay up.
Right. Yeah.
So you might be saying goodbye to Gardner Johnson after you've seen a deal like that go down today.
Yeah, and I mean every big deal that goes up for those guys, it makes it more and more likely you're probably looking at them really putting the target on Bradbury versus Garner Johnson and finding a trade partner for Slay.
Yeah, I mean, Howie wants to keep Slay. He has come out and said it, but they have to rework that contract because they don't want to pay him what he's due. So
Well, what they want to do is they wanted to convert his salary for this year to a signing bonus and pay it out in a lump sum, which will allow them to spread it over the length of the extension. So they could agree to a reasonable salary for this coming year, plus the 17 mil lump sum payment, which they'll only be accountable for 4.25 million over the next 4 years if they give him a 4-year extension.
yeah, I mean, he is what, gonna be 32, 4 years. Yeah, I mean, 36. Yeah, I mean that would be the last contract I would offer him. You don't want to go
Yeah,
past 36.
no, and he may not play. He may not be effective all that time. But I mean, if they get to the final year and he's lost a step, I mean the dead money hit would be a lot less of a burden than it is right now.
True.
He'd only be on the hook for about 4.25 plus whatever salary he would have been due for that year before, because I don't think they go 4 years guaranteed.
No.
I don't think that happens. You might get a guarantee for half of the contract,
True.
but it all counts on them being able to move Slay.
Yeah, I mean that's gonna be a wait and see type deal, I think.
Yeah, I think it is too. And I kind of knew it wasn't going to happen on day one, but I think that something's got to break with that in a reasonable amount of time before um, all the decent prospects are off the board.
Yeah.
Because it looks like there's teams that are jumping in with both feet. You know, your
Yeah.
Chicago's, your Raiders, your even the Texans are making a couple moves today.
Yeah.
I
Bring
mean,
back.
they got Robert Woods, um, ex of the Rams, and last year he played for uh, who was he
Tennessee.
with the Tennessee, right?
Yep.
But when he was with the Rams, he was great.
Yeah.
I mean, he was a perennial uh, roster spot on my fantasy team.
Yeah. I mean, the biggest question mark with Houston right now, because yes, they did bring back Case Keenum today. Also,
Yeah,
who's going to be their quarterback? You have a first-year head coach, so it's going to be a weird season in Houston, I think.
yeah. Well, who was their starter before they got Keenum? Is it
It was Watson.
Watson? Right?
Yes, Deshaun
Okay.
Watson.
Yeah.
And then Eric Bieniemy, the offensive coordinator from Kansas City last year, now with Washington, recruited one of his free agents to Washington, and they got starting right tackle Andrew Wiley, who completely shut down Hassan Reddick in the Super Bowl.
Yep.
They gave him 3 year, $24 million deal to join Washington. So that's a big signing for Washington.
Yeah. Yeah.
They haven't had a right tackle really since Trent Williams left.
No, you're right. They really haven't. That's been a weak spot for them for sure.
That's a big addition.
Yeah. Adam Thielen got released from the Vikings today too.
Jeez.
So that's a wide receiver that's out there.
There's a couple wide receivers out there.
Yeah, and there was really not a lot of wide receivers that signed today. That's the thing. It looks like today was mainly your big splash guys,
Yeah,
but after that, then some of these other pieces are going to start to fall.
true.
Tight end Dalton Schultz from the Cowboys looks like he's going to the Chargers.
That surprised me. I thought Carolina was going to make a big push for him.
Yep.
And then John U. Smith, who was a big name tight end for Tennessee for other years. Carson Wentz going to the welfare office. Hi, Matt.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
Darth Nexus is Matt. So
Yeah. I really don't see Wentz being in the league. I think he's done.
I think he latches on somewhere as a backup at best. But John U. Smith, who maybe we'll see.
You knowing what you know and I know, Carson Wentz on your bench as a backup is not going to be a healthy situation.
That's true.
His personality just doesn't allow for it.
Yeah.
I think he's done. Yeah, I agree with you. I think that he's out hunting in September.
Fair enough. Tom Brady to Las Vegas. Not happening.
Nope.
They signed Jimmy Garoppolo today, and he gave him a boatload of money.
3-year contract for Jimmy G. Las Vegas Raiders.
And another free agent defensive back that I thought Philly might try to make a run for, Cam Sutton from Pittsburgh. He signed up with Detroit for 3 years, $33 million, with 22 guaranteed.
Yeah, and the other thing is Miami picked up the 5th-year option on Tua.
Yeah.
$23 million, fully guaranteed.
After Jimmy, he's a bum. He's a bum, but he can win games when he needs to.
Yeah. Yep.
And now
he's coming off an injury as well, but I mean he's shown that he can play in the league. I mean, I wouldn't really classify him as a bum, but
yeah.
I mean, but I don't really think Vegas would have been a good spot for Brady anyway.
That is true, and that's a very true statement. Ramsey did go to Miami for a backup tight end, Hunter Long, and a 3rd-round pick this year.
Right, which we could have easily made a deal and grabbed him.
Yeah, but in a sense, Ramsey's due, I think, $10 million this year, so you'll be
Yeah,
in the same boat you are with Slay. I mean,
that's true. They might be better off just trying to keep Bradbury and moving on from Slay.
that's the biggest thing. Jawan Taylor, offensive tackle, is going to Kansas City with
He's a beast.
4 year, 80 million, 60 million guaranteed.
Yeah, well, it's funny how Kansas City lost both their guards, and then they pick up a Pro Bowl guard on one side, and uh,
Go out and get this guy.
yeah. So there you
Um,
go. Andy don't mess.
yeah, yeah, 34 million for guaranteed for Garoppolo. So it might be just a 1 year, 34 million guaranteed deal, and then the last 2 years are just the base salary if he gets paid.
Yeah, it could be.
Would do
Who's
would
getting
do
the
Dak, yeah,
oh Dak?
going mid season?
I don't think you trade a quarterback midseason.
No,
Not a starter.
not
I
sure.
don't think they have a better option right now. That's the
Yeah,
problem. I don't think Dallas has a plan B. They're going to ride Dak into the ground.
that
I
is true.
mean, it's traditionally Jerry Jones. It's not the first time he's done it,
Yeah,
where he just gets a guy and he just rides him to the end, and has no plan B to even have an option. He handcuffs the coach, being the general manager, and they
true.
did absolutely nothing today in free agency. So,
But they did do something smart. They reboot Dak's contract and Zach Martin's deal, so they got another $30 million under the cap, which scares me.
right. Well, they kind of have to sign I think they're going to have to sign a running back to replace Tony Pollard if they're going to keep Zeke.
Or
You can't have Zeke being your front guy.
do you make a deal and maybe get a Derrick Henry?
I sure hope not. I mean, if you look at teams that desperately need a running back, I mean, Dallas would be high on the list.
I mean, I'm curious to see what kind of
But
market there is.
do you give Tony Pollard that deal if you're planning on bringing Derrick Henry in? You've only got one ball. You can
True.
only hand it to one guy at a time, and you just paid Tony Pollard. So
Yeah.
I don't. I think Dallas probably drafts a running back, and Pollard's the guy.
Yeah, well, you just gotta cross your fingers they don't take Robinson from Texas.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. I mean, he's probably going to be the first running back off the board.
He should be, yes. I
Yeah,
know a lot of people are looking at the Alabama running back, too.
yeah. He's not bad, but I think Robinson definitely is the top. And yeah, absolutely, Zeke is done. He's toast. Um, Pollard was the right choice. Absolutely.
Yeah,
But
well, when you.
I just hope that Derrick Henry doesn't land in Dallas. That's all.
Outscare me.
But I really don't think it's going to happen just because of the amount of money that they paid Pollard. If they were going to do that, they would have kept Pollard on, they would have kept Zeke and moved on from Pollard
That's true.
instead of tagging him and spending the money they spent on him,
Yeah.
because he's going to make some serious bucks this year.
What about Henry and Philly? I mean, it would be a dream come true. You need a power back for sure, but
Can't
money
afford him.
situation, you can't do
I would love to have him, believe me, but
it.
he's the type of runner that we need.
Yeah.
But I think you're in for, you're looking at Gainwell and maybe Boston Scott, and then maybe drafting a running back who
Uh,
might also return kicks.
true. I mean,
That's probably what you're looking at.
yeah. You didn't hear much from the running back free agent market today, other than Matt Burita going to the Giants, but
No, no, not really.
biggest news today, Kelsey got Yes, Kelsey will be back for one more year. That is absolutely huge news.
Yeah, yeah, and it's sad that we had to wait all this time to find out because he actually recorded the podcast last week where he basically announced it, but it didn't broadcast until today.
Oh, jeez. Well, way to go, Jason. Thanks for holding us in suspense.
Yeah, exactly.
Denver's made a couple of big moves on the offensive line. Giving Mike Gesicki, who is a former San Francisco 49er first round pick, a 5-year, $87.5 million deal with $50 million guaranteed.
80. Wow. Are you serious?
Yep, for right tackle, yes.
Wow. For a right tackle.
Yep,
Now, that's serious money.
yes.
Yeah.
He was doing a shot with Roseman when they came to the deal. There you go.
Nice.
That's pretty cool. I have to go back and check that out.
There was sometime last year he was guest bartending somewhere, and I wanted so bad to drive to Philly just to go there and see him do that because that
He
would
also
be
does it down in Ocean City a lot, doesn't he? Seattle
right.
City?
Yeah. He's done it a couple of times. You know who else does a bunch of guest bartending in the area? Kelsey Grammer from Cheers is always at the Irish Pub in Atlantic City.
Oh, wow.
And he guest bartends there when he comes to Atlantic City.
Damn. The Falcons locked up the offensive lineman Chris Lindstrom, who was a draft pick of theirs a couple years ago. Gave him a 5-year, $105 million extension. And he was a top 2 second-round pick. But
Yeah. And there's just a lot of money flying around today.
yeah. Yep, like I said, the Patriots trading one of their tight ends to Atlanta for a 7th-round pick. What else we got? Isaiah Buggs, don't know who that is. So the team represented at Odell's private workout the other day were the Panthers, Giants, Patriots, Rams, Cardinals, 49ers, Bills, Chiefs, Vikings, Browns, and Ravens. So a good portion of the league went and checked it out. And they said he looked pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, to me, it seems to me if Lamar, I don't know what they're doing with Lamar Jackson. I just don't. That is such a mess. But if he's going to be there, I would say if Beckham was smart, that's where he would be looking. Either that or going back with the Giants.
Yeah, Giants could definitely use a number 1 wide receiver.
Right.
To pair up with Daniel Jones,
As
I think.
you know, and the Ravens, with Lamar, I think that they've been, now that DJ they lost. I almost said DJ Moore. Since they don't really look like they're very strong at receiver now, they could use a guy who can catch. Not that Odell's going to walk in someplace and be a number 1, but I think he's probably a 2 somewhere on a team that's hurting.
Yeah. Good possibility. I mean, if he winds up back in New York, though, a whole different ballgame. Now you have Daniel Jones, they franchise Saquon Barkley. They're going to be a team to mess with.
Well, we say that every year. I mean, we've said it last year. Everybody thought that they'd be a lot stronger.
True.
And they looked strong at the beginning of the season, and then, Saquon gets injured as usual, and they start to fall apart.
Yeah.
Then they lost receivers.
True.
So I think they get bit by the injury bug, seems like, more than most teams.
That's a very true statement, you're right. I forgot this signing. Washington locked up their star defensive tackle, Daron Payne. Gave him a 4-year, $90 million extension.
Wow.
But he's going to be an all-pro. He's made to be down in Washington. He's the physical, up front, run-stopping, 4-down defensive tackle. He's great.
Yeah,
but that's a lot of money to give up.
it is.
I'm trying to think if we have anything else that I didn't cover. I'm gonna go back, see if I can find a different list. But that'd be free agent tracker signing as they happen. Let's see. Continue reading. Eastern Stick, a quarterback agreed to deal with the Chargers. Let's see. Naheem Hines is working to deal with Buffalo.
Okay.
A
I mean,
punter
what do you think about Buffalo in this year coming up?
I mean, it's a team loaded with potential. I love Josh Allen,
Yep.
but they got to get better, like all around coaching. I think coaching last year is what cost them a couple games. So like time management stuff like that, but
Yeah.
well, I can't really say it's their division for the taking because if New York goes out and gets Aaron Rodgers, that's a whole different game. Patriots
Yeah.
are always the Patriots. Miami's gonna be up there. I mean, you might see what you saw last year, a 14 race.
Yeah, that's possible.
I mean, that's my biggest question though. If you get Aaron Rodgers up with the New York Jets, does that help or does that hurt the Jets?
It depends on which Aaron Rodgers shows up. If it's Aaron Rodgers saying, I'm going to go up and do it better than Brett Favre did it, then, maybe you get a decent year out of him. But I mean, if it's just, basically Aaron Rodgers just doing a stepping stone and, because he couldn't go where he really wanted to go, just as a money grab, then, maybe not so much.
True. I mean,
Plus, he's he's going to be tough in the locker room, I think.
yeah, that's another big thing. Like, okay, I asked Sam earlier. I was going on. We were playing Fortnite with it. And I was like, if Aaron Rodgers runs up to the Jets, do you think it helps or hurts? And he says hurts because you're going to give up all these key assets for an aging quarterback. You're not going to be able to take the proper time to develop one.
Right. And not that he would have any interest in developing his replacement. He's already shown that with Jordan Love.
That is true, yeah.
He had no interest in helping him.
True.
Yeah. Hey, Matt.
Good evening, Matt. Welcome in. If you have any insight on the football news that we're talking about, feel free to drop some. But,
I mean, do we think that Jordan Love can make an impact in Green Bay?
Well, he's going to have to do something because if he's getting past the Reigns, he has a 2-year window to prove it. Because if not, Green Bay's going to move on quicker than bricks and go try again in the next draft and probably find another secret weapon that lasts another 15, 16 years.
Yeah.
I mean, that is one good thing. One thing about Green Bay, they stay loyal to their quarterbacks.
Yes.
They're going to use that Brett Favre as their franchise quarterback. You take out him, Aaron Rodgers takes over. Look how long he's been there.
Until they stop giving him pieces, and they, that's when the quarterbacks seem to turn on them. Because the same thing happened with Favre and with Rodgers, where they decided they weren't going to continue to spend on receivers and started focusing on the defense.
True. Matt wants to know what your touchdown dance would be. That's a good one. I mean, I don't know if I could demonstrate it on stream or not, but
I'll give you a hint for mine.
Oh no. Really?
It's the scoop.
I'd probably do one of the knee buckling dances with my hands going all different places. So yeah, probably that.
And at the end you go, sprinkles.
I'll save the sprinkles for you.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough.
As your trademark.
Yes.
I'm trying to find out if there's any. So the T.J. Edwards deal is a 3-year, $19.5 million.
Right.
with $12 million guaranteed.
Wow. Yeah, and like I said, Pro Football Focus gave that signing an A plus.
That was an awesome signing.
Yeah.
I'm so mad for like for that kind of money. Like it's hard to bring him back, but for an undrafted free agent, Joe would tell you, Joe Gallagher, who was on the show doing our Super Bowl stuff, he's
Right.
very underrated.
Yeah, I mean, he was a picture of consistency. I mean, if you just looked at his play on the field, he was solid. And you really, for a team that kind of discounted that position for so many years, to have a guy there who's steady and solid and kept that defense, pretty much was the quarterback of the defense.
True.
And you let him walk away. That spot's hard to fill. You're going to take a second year guy who really hasn't seen the field that much, and you're going to put him in the position of not only having to be successful in his own, but also to be responsible for calling the defenses and stuff. That's a lot to ask for a guy like Jacoby Dean.
That's true. I mean, we'll see what happens. So, apparently, according to the ESPN alert I just got, Jameis Winston is finalizing a deal to return to the Saints.
Really?
So, I guess he's going to take less money to back up Derek Carr.
Yeah. Well, I guess maybe he liked living there. Who wouldn't?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Jambalaya 7 days a week.
Oh wait, I have to go to the French Quarter every night. Oh darn.
Damn.
Okay. Wait, and you're going to pay me $2 million? Okay.
Right.
Sign me up.
So, how are the Flyers doing?
Well, we got rid of stinking general manager. That's for one.
Matt, if I could find a trash can in the lighter, I'll show you what it means. It's called a dumpster fire. Because that's exactly what the Flyers are.
And now Carter Hart is saying that he may not be interested in sticking around for a rebuild. So he only has, I think, 2 years left on his contract. And then he might be looking for the door.
Bye. I mean,
because the young guy has really been flashing last few games.
Samuel Erickson.
Yes,
he's a very young prospect goalie, but that basement fire.
No basement fire. No,
I'll
be trapped in the closet.
Yep.
John's building me a new closet. Didn't you see the pictures?
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm actually building the closet to keep you out. But yeah, if you did. Go check out the group page. Me and my dad, who is a big help today, we're finishing up next week. We got the frame up for the exterior wall to close off this room completely. So
nice.
A project I announced back on New Year's Eve is almost near completion, minus a couple of cosmetic details I got to do.
Yep.
Like soundproofing. I want to get some old pictures of the show blown up and like make posters out of them for the walls, so I don't have to look at white walls every night. But
nice.
And I'm gonna fix this mic situation after the show. I think I know what I can do.
Okay.
But Denver also, I don't know who this is though. Ben Powers, you ever heard of him?
No.
Okay, well he's apparently an offensive guard.
Okay.
He's getting a 4-year, $52 million, $28.5 million guaranteed from Denver.
Okay.
So I guess they're trying to shore up the offensive line for Russell Wilson, which is smart.
Yeah.
Especially now you have a coach like Sean Payton in the fold.
Yep.
So
a guy like Payton knows where you have to make investments,
Yeah. All right, Matt. Take care.
All right, Matt.
Thanks for stopping in. Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, I mean Payton wasn't going to go into this season without investing in that offensive line. after having Wilson in there running for his life
True.
last year. It's part of his failure.
Yeah. But they also brought in a backup quarterback today.
Yeah.
Jared Stidham. They gave him a 2-year, $10 million deal with $5 million guaranteed.
Okay.
So Jared Stidham is going to be the number 2 apparently in Denver.
You know, I think he plays a similar style as Wilson, so I think that might actually be a decent idea.
Yeah.
So why not?
Sure.
And these days, $5 million's a kind of a bargain for a backup quarterback.
True. $5 million especially. I mean, back in the day when Dallas was like signing Kyle Whitten and John Kitna at $5 million for a backup quarterback, holy shit, like that's a lot. Now, no, jump change.
Yeah. True.
Defensive tackle Shy Tuttle is going to Carolina. Don't know where he played last year. 3-year, $19.5 million with $13 guaranteed. So that's a pretty decent amount for a defensive tackle I never heard of. Here you go. Here's one that's a very interesting one.
Okay.
The New York Jets hero last year, Mike White, the quarterback.
Yeah.
He's going to Miami.
To back up Tua.
Yep, on a 2-year deal with up to $16 million.
Wow.
So that's
who was Tua's backup when he got hurt?
Last year it was Teddy Bridgewater.
Bridgewater, right? Yeah.
And then they have Skylar Thompson.
And nobody's talking about Teddy Bridgewater right now either.
Nope.
And remember, the Eagles still need a backup quarterback because there's a good chance Minshew goes somewhere.
Yeah. A lot of people said that they would maybe make a push to see what they could get Mariota for.
Yeah, I heard Mariota's name mentioned, but myself personally, I mean, if I got a choice between Marcus Mariota or Teddy Bridgewater, who would be actually able to run the normal offense, that Jalen runs, at least to a degree, I might lean towards a guy like Teddy. I mean, just because he's able to be a little more less of a statue. Marcus Mariota is not really known for his passing ability on the move.
True.
And when they brought Minshew in this past year, they pretty much had to go to a totally different offense.
Yeah.
And I think they'd like to have a backup quarterback who can, at least leave the majority of the offense intact. If they have to pull Jalen out for a game or maybe two, I mean, not that they'd want to pull him out, but I mean, if he gets banged up, if, a couple games get out of hand and you want to, have him not being in there taking hits, throw in somebody that you can pretty much keep the offense intact.
No, I can understand what you're saying. I would agree. I mean, Mariota has also proven he's not a high-level quarterback that everybody thought he was coming out of college. Sure, he had a couple of good years with Tennessee. He last strong was Vegas for a couple of years, but Atlanta last year, it seemed like he had lost a step.
Yeah. I mean,
So, someone like Teddy Bridgewater is a proven veteran quarterback. He knows multiple offenses, has a stronger arm than Mariota.
Yes, absolutely. Has definitely a stronger arm.
So, yeah, I could see us maybe. I'd call both of them. Say, hey, you're going to sit behind Hurts. Are you willing to take this amount of money for a 1-2 year deal to come in and be a backup if we need someone spare a moment starter? Would you be able to fill that role? See what they say. And go from there.
Yep. I mean, unless he still has visions of starting. But
Who's
I
that,
don't.
Bridgewater?
Yeah. So maybe because he knows this is probably his last contract, he might not want to spend his last contract sitting on the bench.
Okay, then ask yourself then, look off the top of your head, what team right now needs a starting quarterback? I
Yeah,
can think of. I can
I
think of
think
three.
I think those lists filled up pretty fast. I mean, you're almost going to have to look at the somebody gets hurt in training camp kind of thing. You know,
Yeah. Or you go to a team that you know is in the top five of the draft, and they're gonna draft a quarterback.
yeah,
You go in saying, okay, I can go in to lead this team the first couple weeks, and then if my performance is bad, I'm gonna get pulled for a young kid.
yeah.
Then you could look at Carolina, Houston, or even Indianapolis.
Right. I think you cross Houston off because of signing Keenum
Okay, so
today.
Houston's out.
So Houston's out.
So at least Carolina and Indianapolis.
Yeah, Indianapolis. And Indy's going to draft a quarterback who's going to be a top 3 pick. Um, probably somebody they're looking to stick in there right away. I mean, if
Okay.
they get Stroud or they get yeah,
Because the only other team I can think of, I'm
the other
trying to
guy.
thinking where they're at. They're not even in the first round. Who the hell did they trade their pick to?
Who?
The Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah.
Because the reason I bring up Arizona is because you have someone like Kyler Murray who is recovering from an ACL injury.
Yeah.
So, sure, you might be able to sign a veteran quarterback to go in because right now I think all they have is Colt McCoy, who was also banged up some of last year. So, like, it's just very interesting. I mean, there's not many starting opportunities out there right now.
Yeah, you're kind of right.
So unless the Rams move on from Stafford, because now apparently they're shopping out trade offers,
Yeah.
the Rams
I
would need a quarterback.
yeah, they're going to be looking to get out from under that contract, I think.
Because if not, they own $57 million this year.
Yeah. Well, they're going to take a major dead money hit.
So you think if they don't trade him, they just release him?
Either way, it's going to cost them a ton of money.
Yeah, that is true. Let's see what else we have on this one. Oh, here you go. Another ex-Eagle. The Texans are signing defensive tackle Hassan Ridgeway.
Okay.
1 year, $4 million with $3 million guaranteed.
Mm-hmm.
He
Okay.
wants a backup for us.
I mean, I still believe that somewhere on one of these teams, you're going to see a very familiar name pop up as a backup quarterback who signs on with somebody for one last year. And I think that's Nick Foles.
Yes, even though he has come out and said he would like to, if he was knowing that it was towards the end of his career, he would like to come back to Philly and sign a one-day contract to retire as a Philadelphia Eagle.
Right. But I think he might still have an opportunity as a backup somewhere once all these quarterback signings shake out.
Or is he still under contract? I can also look that up too.
I thought he was a free agent, but I could be wrong.
I'll
If
go-
not, he's in the last year of a contract.
Gotcha. I'm going to pull up a rankings list.
Yeah.
Let's see. This doesn't really help me. No, I don't want this. I want it by position. Spot track, no. Hold on, I'm trying to find this list.
Okay.
Later, no. I'm gonna see if I can find it. Here you go. Where's that? 2023 by position. Here we go. The complete list for each position. Let's see. Quarterback. Well, we already said Lamar Jackson's up in there, wherever the hell he's going. Jameis Winston just signed with New Orleans. Baker Mayfield. So after
Well, he signed today.
he's definitely signed with Tampa. You said
Tampa Bay.
Okay. And
or
then,
he's about to sign. Let's put it that way.
okay.
They've agreed. They've agreed to a contract.
All right. So then that leaves Jacoby Brissett, Carson Wentz, Andy Dalton. Jacoby Brissett's another interesting one.
That's it. That's another interesting one. That's another one that would fit Phillies model.
I mean, yeah, I mean, he's a little bit older, but he's a journeyman quarterback who has a hell of an arm.
Yeah, and he's mobile.
So, you got that option. My position is the list I'm looking for. I'm trying so hard to find this damn list. Usually I'm more prepared than this. I apologize. Another one, unless he went back to Washington, Tyler Heineke.
I think he's still in limbo. I think he's still possibly under contract.
Okay. According to this list,
He was a free agent.
yeah.
See, I would think he would be a guy that people would look at because I mean he didn't do bad when he was in there.
No, I mean I didn't think so. Don't want that.
Then again, you're getting measured against Carson Wentz. It's easy. It's like being the tallest midget.
Yeah, right. No, that's not the list I was looking for. It only gives me 5 quarterbacks.
Hey, Curtis. Curtis in the chat.
Yeah, Curtis. How did you guys hold on to the crown in Fortnite, or did you lose it? Me, him, and Sam played 2 games, and we had back-to-back wins. So in Fortnite, when you win a battle royale online, you get what they call a crown.
Okay.
So anytime that you go into a game with that crown, your name's in yellow print, and like you see like a halo shining over your head.
Nice.
It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
It's one of those silly online games that us
Yeah.
kids play.
Yeah, kids play it.
Curtis' son's a really good one at that game. So
I've watched these kids play it a few times. Curtis and Sam.
yeah, they're kind of funny, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. They do a good job. I enjoy watching the stream every now and then when I get an opportunity.
All right, so Gardner Minshew, where does he wind up?
Who knows?
Him
I mean,
and his traveling van.
Yeah. Yeah, he's in the Minshew mobile.
Yep. And we had talked about Marcus Mariota. Andy Dalton's another one who's limbo.
God, you almost got to believe he's at the end of the line.
I would think so. I mean,
he really clearly has lost some arm and some mobility.
true.
But you never know. Like I said, until all these starters are locked down, I think that's when you start to see some of these backups fall into place.
True. So now if you want to switch positions, running back, the top 3 are already franchise tagged. You got Josh Jacobs, Barkley, and Tony Pollard. So
Right.
then number 4 on the list is Miles Sanders.
Right. You didn't see anybody jump in to sign him today.
Nope. Then you have David Montgomery from Chicago.
Right.
Devin Singletary from Buffalo. Jamal Williams from Detroit. That is a complimentary back I wouldn't mind.
Yeah. Well, I think that David Montgomery pretty much is going to see the writing that everybody else sees on the wall and knows that, in my opinion, Austin Eckler's coming to Chicago.
So his days in Chicago are done.
I think David Montgomery's days in Chicago are numbered. Very small numbers. That could break in the next day or two.
True. So he would be another big one. Like I said, Devin Singletary from Buffalo.
Yeah.
Jamal Williams from Detroit, who is also with Green Bay for a lot of years. I could see him maybe going back to Green Bay behind A.J. Dillon. But they have Aaron Jones still. So that'd be a mess.
Yeah.
Dante Foreman. Not Devontae Foreman.
Deontay Foreman, right? That's the one from Atlanta.
No. He played with the Tennessee Titans.
Oh, Tennessee. Okay.
He's he's like he was a serviceable 2-3 down back. He's a big kid. He played at the University of Texas. So
University of Texas.
yeah, Kareem Hunt.
You know it comes from Texas.
Yep, Sam Simmons.
Yeah. I hear they can lick their elbows there.
Yeah. We'll see if Sam can do it when he comes on. What about that one, Kareem Hunt?
Yeah. Well, he's got a little baggage with him, PR wise.
So you're saying pass?
Yeah, I don't like him for Philly,
Okay. Damian Harris.
Yeah, I mean Harris not bad. Hey Gary.
Gary Wagner, and we got Diamond in chat. Hello, Diamond.
Hello.
Gary, we'll talk about these bizarre football moves today. So, if you heard any football news, it's been crazy.
A lot going on. We've
Yeah.
been for the last hour. It just took us an hour to cover all the moves.
Yeah. Now we're just going over who's still available in a sense.
Yeah.
Here's one that would be interesting that actually beat us in the Super Bowl. Jared McKinnon.
Okay. Yeah.
Super Bowl, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, Kelsey. Absolutely.
How about Tom also? Don't know what that means. How about Tom also?
I'm not sure.
Rashad Penny. He's too injury prone.
Yeah, he's a little long in the tooth, isn't he?
Yeah. Jeff Wilson Jr., who was traded
San Francisco. Yeah. I mean, he looked like an interesting guy. I mean, he showed some flashes.
Yeah. Alexander Madden. Oops, sorry, you were finishing your thing. Go ahead.
He just got pushed out when McCaffrey came along. He was, when you're talking about somebody catching passes out of the backfield, which is primarily what the Eagles need in a running back is they need somebody with a decent set of hands. And, Jeff Wilson might not be a bad option.
Yeah. Yeah, he says, any opinion about a secondary quarterback for the Eagles?
Yeah,
no
we were just kicking that around, but there's been no rumors out there. They've been kind of silent on that, knowing that I think they're just waiting to see if Minshew gets an offer. Sure. If Minshew doesn't get an offer, I think that they're comfortable keeping Minshew. Tom Brady.
Sorry.
Yeah. Well, Brady's running out of places to go because Miami re-upped to it today. They picked up his 5th-year option. So he's not going to Miami. He's not going to Vegas because Jimmy G's got a 3-year contract in Vegas. I don't see a place. Baker Mayfield went to Tampa. Case Keenum went to the Texans. Back to the Texans. Aaron Rodgers looks like he's locked into the Jets. Darnold went to the Niners for a year, just to add to their quarterback room. So yeah, I don't really think there's a place for Tom Brady. I think maybe he takes this year off and then he hits the broadcasting booth.
There's one team you didn't mention.
Who's that? Carolina?
No.
Who?
Could we possibly see a Tom Brady reunion in New England? If he comes and calls and says, Bill, I want one more year with you. Give me one more year and I'm done. Me and you can ride off to the sunset together.
That's an interesting. That's a very interesting scenario. I think that's the only option left for him. So I mean, it would just be a matter of him being able to convince Belichick to do it.
Think about that. Brady Belichick, 2023.
Yeah.
One last go around, they both ride off to the sunset.
And then Gronk comes out of retirement again for one last year, and all three of them ride off together. You couldn't write a better story, but I don't know. I don't know what their cap situation looks like.
I can pull it up if you want to look.
Yeah, take a look. I'm just curious.
Give me one.
Now, because their starter right now is still Mac Jones, right?
Yep. Spot.
Yeah, I can't see too many people getting upset. I think New England goes berserk if Tom Brady and Gronk say they come back for 1 year.
Patriots, as of right now, have $30.1 million in cap space.
They can make it work.
If you can convince both two of them to take a discount, it could actually work.
Well, I mean, Brady can't expect to come in, 1 year somewhere and make $48 million. I don't think that's realistic. Mm-hmm. And you can't handcuff a team for the next 5 years for one season of nostalgia,
Yeah,
But I mean, the fans would eat it up.
Oh.
Chris Collingsworth would, probably have an orgasm in his pants.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow. So you're telling me right now, even with Aaron Rodgers under contract, Green Bay has $56.4 million in cap space.
Wow.
But then they only have 19 players signed, I think.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that's strange.
But all I can say, Tom, if you're listening, I doubt you are. It's okay. Wait till after the NFL schedule comes out, and I'm able to reserve and buy my tickets to go up to New England this year. And then you can come back and all the tickets can go through the roof after I get my tickets.
Nice.
Because that's where we might be going. And Gary's my Eagles trip buddy, my buddy Timmy, Morgan and her husband have also expressed interest in going with us this year.
Nice.
Because Morgan wants to go see Gillette Stadium really bad. So, being a former Patriots fan, she stopped watching football when it got all political with the players kneeling and stuff like that. But she said that she would be interested in seeing Gillette Stadium.
Okay.
So, if the schedule falls right, which comes out May 11th. Yeah, May 11th. It's a Thursday night. I will be planning my trip to the Boston area come this fall.
Okay.
But that would be a very interesting concept if Tom Brady was to call Bill Belichick and say, "Bill, let's run it back one more year."
So what do you guys think in the chat about that? I mean, where do you think that what Brady might be thinking?
I don't think he calls New England. I personally think he stays retired. He wants to commit to his family time, like you said. I was just kicking the tire. That's why I was.
Yeah, but I mean, it is a very interesting scenario. I mean, if you were to write a story, you'd say, what would the story be? I mean, that's it. That is the story.
Isn't it official Brady retired? Yes,
it's never official. He's unretired before.
See, I think before it was a scam, though, because I don't think he actually physically faxed in his paperwork.
It's turned into that now. It's turned into a thing that players do when they can't get traded and they want out of where they are. They retire, and then they unretire, and then they force the team that they're under contract with to accept whatever compensation the other team offers them, just because.
I can understand that. So, according to this list, only 5 teams still are over the cap.
Okay. The Rams.
Rams are only 1.7 million under.
Yeah, they've moved a lot of players too.
Yeah, Tampa Bay still a little bit of a million over. The Vikings are still 6.6 million over. The Saints are 16.2, and then the Buffalo Bills are 16.7 over.
Okay.
So, but like, I can't believe like teams like Baltimore. There was a couple teams that were in limbo for a while.
Yeah.
I mean, Philly's sitting at 8.8 million available. So
Yeah.
but you also
And
got,
and they still haven't restructured Lane Johnson or um, somebody else. There was somebody else they could restructure. Well,
yeah,
Slay, if
yeah,
if they keep Slay,
true.
you know.
Yeah, Gary says, what about Washington? But cap space, Washington is 23.6 million to the good.
Yeah.
They're the 12th, the number 12 team right now in available cap space. And Chicago is still number one with a little more than 71.3 million.
Yeah, but they're spending like today, like there's no tomorrow.
Well, I saw that coming.
Yeah. Well, that's why they built it that way. They got all these just draft capital. They got all this money. You know, this is their all in year.
Yeah.
So that's what they're doing. They're going all in.
Mm-hmm. Well, I got my hand right here. I did this last week. 13 pages, round
Yeah.
1 through 7.
Okay.
I have the whole draft printed out.
Okay.
Like,
Just remember, you heard it. You heard it here first. Austin Eckler to Chicago.
Well, okay, if that happens, what compensation do you give up? You give up
Uh,
that? Do you give up?
I
that
give up a
number 9 overall?
1. I give up a
Okay.
1. What I would probably do is I would actually. I think that I would probably give up Carolina's 1, or I mean their own 1 for this year, for next year rather, because you got to figure if they're adding all these pieces, they're going to be decent. And in a division that's severely weakened now, you know, with the exit of Aaron Rodgers, you know, Chicago's pick might not be as good as Carolina's pick. Carolina could have the worst record in the league. You know, that could be a top 3, top 4 pick. So I maybe Chicago trades their own first, and then maybe a 3 or a 4 for next year, and they get Austin Eckler.
Because right now you're looking at Chicago having the number 9 overall,
Right.
number 53 overall with the trade they made with Baltimore for Roku Smith,
Right.
61 with the trade from Carolina, and then hold on,
So they don't have their own first round pick.
this
They
year,
they swapped it, right?
yes,
Okay. So they switched 9 for what?
Carolina gave
For the
them
number
9,
1 for the 9.
yes.
Okay. Okay.
So now they have,
And then they don't have a second round pick, is what you're saying, or very late in the second round.
no, they traded their second round pick to Pittsburgh for Chase Claypool,
Okay.
which would have been the number 32 overall.
Right.
So now they're at 53 and 61, and then pick 64.
Well, I mean, they've got enough free agent money to use this year that they could get by with just free agents this year and not really be that concerned about the draft. And then just start building up the capital for next year. And you see where you're at with all your additions and see who you keep on and who who you've got locked down. And then trade away their own pick for next year and keep Carolina's pick. The first round pick.
Yeah, that would do trade one of your seconds and Carolina's first round next year.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, you never know. It'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Gary says Dallas.
Dallas's cap space right now, they are. I know they're good. Where they at? They're above us. 12.3 million.
Right. And they made no moves today other than losing Dalton Schultz.
Yes. So, yeah,
So I mean they've still got to pay a running back.
that is true. They're locked in no matter what, unless they look at a long-term deal with them, on the hook for what 10.1 million for Tony Pollard this year,
Yep.
and then they gotta figure out what to do with Zeke.
Yeah.
Right
And
now,
I don't know what Zeke's dead money hit is, but
11.8 million.
yeah, see they may not want to do that and take that hit.
True.
I mean they're really not a run first team anymore. They used to be. They used to be. Not anymore.
True. Yeah, so they reworked Dak's contract. They made basically his whole thing into a signing bonus.
Right. Which they can spread over the length of the extension.
So his cap hit this year is only now 27.1 million.
And it was originally in the 40s, right?
Yeah. But here's the kick in the ass. If Dallas was to release him, like say, okay, we changed our mind, we're done with Dak.
Yeah.
$89.1 million in dead money.
Nice. Yeah, I mean that's the best thing from Eagles' perspective that could have happened when he signed that extension, because that just means he's locked in there for at least like 4 years,
Yep,
minimum, before he's got a small enough cap hit that they can move on.
So with Kelsey coming back, it looks like it's a base salary of 1.1 million with a 5.5 million dollar signing bonus.
Okay.
So his total cap hit is 8.69 million,
Okay.
which isn't bad.
It's not bad. Not for an all-pro center.
Now his dead cap hit would be 20 million.
Right.
So I guess he took a hell of a discount to come back.
Yeah, he did.
What's that
I think for him it's not about the money.
No.
He had no attraction whatsoever to playing for another team. He was either going to retire or he was going to come back here for a year. He probably never even entertained another offer.
No, I would hope not.
I would seriously be shocked if that happened.
Unless his brother tried to recruit him after Kansas City, but they have a very young center out there in Clay Humphrey, who they absolutely love.
Right.
So
I think as much as Andy would love to have the sentiment of having him, I think he knows where his heart is. Yeah.
So, and BG is coming back, yes.
Yep. BG signed a very reasonable deal, and if he plays even 3/4 of as good as he played last year, he'll be a bargain.
So now, it looks like the Eagles only have 2 players over $20 million on their cap hit: Darius Slay and Lane Johnson.
Yep. And Lane's gonna renegotiate his. He's going to have a help out with the cap.
Yeah.
For sure. And Slay, I have no idea what's going to happen with Slay. Slay is playing both sides of the fence. I mean, he's doing the I understand it's a business, but I really want to come back thing. He's out there recruiting. He was tweeting Adam Thielen, come here, we're winning. We're playing to win. So he's out there recruiting. But I think that Rosenhaus is his agent, and he's taken a pretty strong stance that they're not going to just do stuff for the team without any kind of compensation.
You just said the name that makes me sick.
Yeah, but that's who his agent is. So
Great. Bye, Clay.
yeah, pretty much.
I just can't stand that man.
Yep.
His arrogance ever since the whole Terrell Owens thing just has always just rubbed me the wrong way.
Do you know that Tom Cruise's character in the movie was very very much based on Drew Rosenhaus?
And what movie?
In yeah, Jerry Maguire.
Is that who you're supposed to represent?
That's part of the character is based on Drew Rosenhaus.
Man, thanks a lot, man. You just wrote a good movie I like. Anybody want Jerry Maguire sound a DVD for $1? Send me the money, Rimbo.
You had me at a hello, tear.
Man, you just ruined the movie for me, Ron.
It's not totally based on him. I said that was one of the influences.
I'm selling the movie now. So when is Dallas contract up? Ooh, he's another one that they're gonna have to. Let's see.
He just signed an extension last year, I think.
I think you're right.
I think he's probably got at least another 2 years.
Dallas Goddard is under contract. Well, they can void it out after 2025.
Yeah.
So he's under contract through 2027, which will put him at 32 years old.
Yep. And that's a bargain for the price they got him for, considering where the market's going.
Yep. So
that's the only Dallas that doesn't suck.
Yeah, I mean, it was funny that they had David Akers announce that pick in Dallas.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
David Akers was a riot that year.
Well, you know why? Because the year prior to that,
Yeah.
Dallas, the draft was in Philly.
Drew Pearson.
Drew Pearson came to Philly and trashed us.
Yep. But you didn't expect it out of David Akers, though, and he just lit him up.
Yeah.
He's
who was it?
talking about VHS in the Super Bowl.
Hey, Dallas, last time you drafted.
When was the last time?
Last time you guys won the Super Bowl, these draft picks weren't even born.
Yeah, that was great.
I can still picture Rick Eisen in my head. Kicker's troll. He's laughing on the. He's laughing on the screen.
Yep. He was a badass kicker.
Oh yeah. I wished I still had the newspaper. I used to every time the Eagles won when I had my parents' house. I had newspaper clippings as my wallpaper in my bedroom.
Okay.
And it was 2000 and I think it was year 2000 or 2001. The Eagles just completely destroyed Dallas. It was like 44-19 or something.
Mm-hmm.
Sheldon Brown and Lito Shepherd were rookies. This is how long ago it was.
Wow.
And they went for it on the fourth down, and Akers lunged with the ball out like this, and a photographer got the perfect shot of it.
Nice.
And I clipped it out of the newspaper and I hung it up. It literally looked like David Akers was flying.
That's pretty cool.
It was awesome.
Yeah. So we just sneak a little baseball in before we have to break into our announcement.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Have you been watching any of the WBC?
I have not, but I heard some pretty interesting things from it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you got 3 Phillies in the starting lineup for USA. I know Schwarber hit a home run the other day.
Yep, I heard that.
Now, Garrett Stubbs, the backup catcher, actually got injured. He injured his knee for Team Israel after hitting a game-winning double yesterday. He tweaked his knee a little bit, so he's been sidelined right now.
Oh boy.
Not to mention, the Andrew Painter situation, where they got him shut down because of his elbow.
Yep.
Noah Song, who was a free agent pickup, is having some back problems, tightness in his back. So he's kind of sidelined right now. I mean, we got a few different pitchers who are, maybe we're overdoing it in the beginning of camp, and they're having the normal aches and pains that pitchers have by working too hard before they're stretched out. So that's a little bit concerning, but there still continues to be a lot of positives coming out of Grapefruit League.
How's your Jake Cave been doing?
Jake Cave is still playing pretty solid. I mean, he's batting well over 400. I still think there's a chance he makes the team, although they have been playing Kingery in the outfield a little bit. Hi, Kelsey.
Evening, Kelsey. Thanks for popping in. Nice to see you, cuz.
They have been playing Kingery. They played Kingery in center the other day to spell Brandon Marsh a little bit. I don't know. There's these last couple of roster spots are going to be really tight.
And then Billy Falter, I heard he's having a really horrible spring.
Yeah, and based on the fact that now it looks like he might have to be the fifth starter, we're hoping we see a little bit more out of him before
opening day.
Before opening day, thank you.
Yeah. So looking at some of these scores right now, and I'm out of line when I read this to you. There was a game today, 3:13, Korea versus China, right?
Yeah.
Korea won 22-2.
Wow.
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 Hey, look, we have our special guest arrive.
Nice.
Can I bring him in?
Sure.
Hi.
Hey, Sam.
Hola.
Hey,
I'm here.
It's Ray Finkel.
Laces out, Dan.
Wait, do me one favor, okay? Before you start talking, either lose the Dolphins jersey or lose the headband.
It ain't happening. It ain't happening. It ain't happening.
Even though he did tell me tonight that he bought the headband on a website. It was the second cheapest one on the website.
It's Amazon. It was like the cheapest one. I bought the two cheapest ones. I have another one coming in tomorrow, and it's the Jaguars.
Sam
Nice.
is crying. We didn't win any more matches. See, I was the missing link. That's what it is. Curtis is
Oh, we
saying
got. I ain't crying, Curtis. Stop lying. We couldn't even win with Diamond. That's the sad part.
And
Kelsey, we always appreciate you coming in. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, definitely. I understand life happens, people get busy, but we covered basically the whole aspect of NFL free agency. Now we're just talking about a little baseball. So, is there anything you would like to add?
Not really. I mean, baseball. I mean, we're still in spring training, so in my opinion, ain't much to talk about that one right there. But
That's not true.
I mean, that's why I said in my opinion. In my opinion.
Yep. Well,
my Astros are gonna repeat as champions anyway. So do we need to play the season? Come on, just hand the Astros the championship already.
I'll put him in time. Put him in timeout. Go ahead.
they've already got the trash cans ready to go. They're all good.
Yep. I'm gonna let him collect his thoughts for a minute. I'm not listening to the Astros talk. Kelsey says, "Go Rockies." Yep. Represent your team, cuz.
Oh, so it's okay for her to represent her team, but not me.
Well, she's not coming in on the stream saying that her team's gonna win the World Series back-to-back years. She knows that our team lost to your team last year.
Exactly.
At least they won this year without cheating. Okay,
Allegedly.
allegedly. And Chris says, "Go Blue Jays."
What a shocker! Go Blue Jays. Stay true. Stay true there, Curtis, man.
Hey, Blue Jays have a nice stadium. I've actually gotten to take a tour of their stadium. Got to see their 2 World Championship trophies from '91 and '92. Got to go in the dugout. Got to step out on the field. It was actually really cool.
That's neat. That's pretty cool.
Being probably a cool stadium to see.
Yeah.
My hope is that the Rockies and Broncos.
It's a napkin, Curtis, not a tissue.
The Rockies and Broncos should definitely be a lot better this year than last year. I mean,
Yeah.
the Rockies are a young team. Broncos are making some moves to help improve their team. So,
And they have a real coach.
yes, that's the biggest difference.
Yeah.
For the Broncos?
Yes.
Yes.
Sean Payton.
Yeah. I mean, he's proven himself in the past. That's for sure.
Yeah, he's already making moves to shore up that offensive line.
And he's had a year or two rest?
Yeah, I guess a year and a half.
2 seasons?
Yeah, 2 years.
Was it 2 seasons?
Sounds about right. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Also, opening day, my Rangers versus your Phillies. Yes, Phillies open in Texas this year.
Yes.
Then you go to New York.
Oh, that'd be Diamond. Okay.
Yep, Diamond's in our chat. He likes to hang out
Yep.
with us sometimes.
Oh, no, that's no problem.
Yep.
That's no problem. I was just hanging out with them.
Apparently, losing in Fortnite without me.
Yeah.
So
We were
any of
losing-
these
We were losing at Fortnite with you, John. I don't know what you're talking about.
So Sam, any of these big moves today that stuck out to you as shocking?
Was the Jalen Ramsey one today? Was that today?
That was
Yeah,
Saturday.
The other day?
That was
Yeah,
Saturday, but
I think that's the one that sticks out to me the most. I
Okay.
mean, Aaron Rodgers leaving, no surprise. I think we all saw that coming. But Jalen Ramsey, that's a huge loss for the Rams and a huge gain for Miami.
yeah, it
so-
seems like the Rams are just dismantling the whole team at this point. They're still over the cap, even with all the moves that they've made so far.
Yeah,
They're still well over the cap.
You got to do what you got to do. So
Garoppolo to the Raiders.
yeah, that
Sam
I
Darnold.
knew-
Sam Darnold to the 49ers.
that one I was kind of surprised about. Now losing Garoppolo, I wasn't that surprised about. I knew that they were going to have to get rid of one of those 3 quarterbacks. After Brock Purdy showed up this past year, I had a feeling that they were going to get rid of Garoppolo because both Purdy and Lance are very young. They're both QBs that they can develop over the next couple years, and then really decide from there who they're going to stick with. But I mean, after what Purdy did to get you where you got to. I mean, that was all Purdy. Towards the end of the season and the playoffs.
Wasn't it mostly the defense though?
Good portion of it.
I mean, Purdy really didn't put up like stellar numbers. I mean, he managed the game well, but I think the defense carried them into the playoffs.
Yeah.
My opinion, anyway.
Cool. Kelsey, it says nothing. Don't worry about it.
It's only the best team in the NFL, Kelsey. Cowboys.
Ron, please
Cowboys. Right here. There we
come
go.
on.
You can see the stars.
Oh boy.
I'll let you two hash this out.
No, I know they're not the best.
Yeah. Well,
They
Dalton
are a
Schultz
good-
moving
they are a
on.
Good regular season team, but they can't do anything in the playoffs.
Yeah.
They haven't been able to do anything in the playoffs since Troy Aikman.
Were they expecting to lose Schultz?
I think so.
Yeah, he
I
went to
think
the
so.
Chargers. He went to L.A.
Kelsey, you send it to me, I will wear it. You send me a Broncos headband, I will willingly wear it.
There you go.
Now, John, on the other hand, you send me a Phillies one, that's just kindling in my fire. Just like if I were to send you this one, it'd be the same thing, and you know it.
Might have something else on it first.
We were gonna burn all the Super Bowl tapes for Dallas, but when the plastic in the VHS melts, it just smells bad.
No, I just say my 9th birthday doesn't exist anymore. That's all. I'm only 35. I don't know what people think I'm 36 for.
I was told there'd be no math. We can only do history. Sam's here. We can't do math.
Well, I'm a math guy too. I started out as a math minor.
Oh, okay.
I just didn't want to do the calculus. Not that I couldn't. I just didn't want to.
Nobody should voluntarily do calculus. It's just.
Oh well, I did, and then
It just doesn't seem right.
I did volunteer to do calculus, and then I was like, you know what? This is taking up too much time. I'm gonna drop this class. Well, that's exactly what I did. When you spend 4.5 hours of your day on one homework assignment in the computer lab, it takes up too much of my day, and I was just like, I'm done.
There you go.
I was kind of having to teach myself at that point, and so I was like, nope.
So, we ready to talk about the project?
I think so. I have it up right here on my phone, ready to go.
All right.
So, and then I'm gonna go ahead and let me see. I need to remember how to get to it. Let's see, groups by team. No, wait. I know I created one. I just need to figure out how to get to it. So that way, I can actually. Let's see. That way I can send you guys both the link.
I think
I've already sent John the link.
Yep.
Unless you want to send that to Ron here.
I can do it real quick.
So, but that way all of us have the link. And we can all 3 of us join in, but that way we can also put it on your page, John, so that others can join with us.
That is true. So, Sam's not just here to talk sports. He is also now a streamer on his own aspect, but he had wanted to do a March Madness pool in another group chat I was in, so I said, why not the 2 groups merge and we'll try to do a group effort. So if you go back and rewatch the show, I will post a link on my Facebook group page, The Basement Show with Mr. Knast. If you are interested in joining a free March Madness bracket challenge. I mean, it's called, what do we call it? Podcast Madness. We went with your idea on it. It was great.
Nice.
So the link will be on the page. You don't have to pay any money. You have up to 3 entries, Sam?
3 entries that you can do anything with. You could make one where you're just rolling the die. Okay, which mascot would win? The elephant or I guess the let's see, the Mountaineer or the Terps. Who wins? You want to do that? I heard that there was one lady one time who got super close to a perfect bracket simply by having deciding which mascot would win in a fight.
Nice. It's kind of like sounds like the Diane Chambers method from Cheers. A dolphin could never beat a bear.
Oh, so Chicago's going to win every time.
Maybe that with all the moves they're making this year, maybe.
But it's just funny how people do it. But like my senior year in high school, we're talking 2006. A girl picked her teams based off of favorite color, and she was the only one that had George Mason in the Final Four, based off of favorite colors.
Nice.
So
not bad.
I mean, I remember a few years ago, I actually had Gonzaga, like making it far just because I like to say Gonzaga. So I just kept, let's put them in. Let them go to the next round.
I remember my freshman year in college, so it would have been 2010, in the 2010 March Madness. Freshman year in college dorm, they did a dorm-wide March Madness bracket, and the winner got a prize. And so I was just like, okay, I don't know much about basketball, but I know a little bit about college basketball. So let me join in on this. And that was the year. I have to remember. 2010 March Madness.
St. Mary's.
No,
That one year?
for the final. It was in the final. It was Duke versus Butler in the final.
Okay.
Nobody else had Duke winning it all. I was literally the only person who had Duke winning it all. And Duke would end up, if I remember correctly, Duke ended up winning it 61-59. It was a super close game. And I remember come the championship game, there were two of us who were tied in points, but we both had the opposite team winning. So it was whatever team won, that person win, and Duke ended up winning 61-59. So I won a basketball. That was all I won. It was a basketball. But ever since then, after winning that bracket challenge, I've gone, you know what? Every year I'm going to do a bracket, even if I'm doing one on my own.
Well, I just shared the link on the group page, so if you go back and rewatch the show and want to join it, the tournament, I think Sam said, starts tomorrow, the first four.
The first four are tomorrow and Wednesday. So tomorrow are the 16 seeds, I believe.
They're the play-in games, right?
Yeah, the first four, the play-in game. Yeah.
Yeah. So they're not really part of the bracket per se.
They're to see who faces off against the number ones and stuff like that.
Exactly. Yeah.
So we have Southeast Missouri State versus Texas A&M Corpus Christi, and then we have Pitt versus Mississippi State. Those are both play-ins. And then on Wednesday, we have Fair Dickinson and Texas Southern playing against each other, and then Nevada at Arizona State.
Yep.
Wait, the Arizona State's a 16 seed?
They're actually an 11 seed.
Okay, I was going to say, that Arizona State should be a little bit higher than that. They're usually pretty good.
They're
I think they had it down here this year.
An 11 season, yeah. So and then Thursday is when we get all the other games.
Right. So the actual bracket starts on Thursday, but there's playing games tomorrow and Wednesday.
The playing games. So the actual brackets. So for maximum points, you will want to have your bracket in before the games start on Thursday.
Right.
You can still submit your bracket. I had it set up to where even if you forget and come Friday, you're like, oh, my bracket, you forgot, go do it Friday. It's perfectly fine. It's no big deal. You just lose out.
You could still have a shot because obviously the values increase as you get closer to the final.
Exactly. So the closer you get to the final, the more points you get for the correct wins. So I don't know. I think this year, I think it's going to be a fun year for March Madness.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting.
Miami's a 5 seed.
Are they a 5 seed? Who's their first game against?
I don't remember, but I know they're a 5.
Drake.
Yeah.
I don't know.
5 and a 12. You know, one of them's going to lose.
That 5-12, those 5-12 games are for some reason, that is where the most upsets happen.
Yep.
I don't know what it is about the 5-12. Because
I think Bobby Knight lost twice out of the 5 seed.
So, but they will be playing against Drake.
who has 27 wins as a 12 seed. Watch
They
out,
are
Don.
they are 27-7. Drake is 27-7. They average 63.9 points per game. They are 1-0 versus top 25 teams. And they average, the 63.9 points per game is their opponent's points per game. They average 75.3. Now, Miami, on the other hand, 25-7. They are 3-1 versus top 25. They went 15-5 in conference. They average 79.5 points per game, while allowing an average of 72. So, that could be those are some close teams.
Yeah.
And they'll be playing up in Albany.
Yes.
So I'm not sure where Drake is from. I'm not sure where they're out of.
I can look. Hold on. I was looking at the
that's a long trip for Miami. Trip for Miami.
Drake is from Iowa.
The Drake Bulldogs.
Bulldog versus the Hurricane. Sorry, I'm taking the Hurricane on that one.
This is actually the first time I looked at a bracket, and I gotta tell you, I love the East. The East is legit gonna be probably the most talked about side of this bracket whole thing. You got Purdue, Marquette, Duke, Memphis, Kansas State, Kentucky,
Michigan State.
Yeah,
USC.
I mean that side of the bracket is loaded.
Well, I don't see Purdue having any issues against either Texas Southern or FDU. I don't see them having any problems with them. I don't foresee an upset. A 16 to.
Time out though. Correct me if I'm wrong, Ron. You might know this more than Sam. Texas Southern is that school that went on that miraculous wonder on you, right? They based the movie off of them, correct?
Back in the night, I think it was the 50s or 60s? One or the other. And the coach recruited a whole bunch. He was the first one to put a all-black starting five on the court.
So
Okay.
don't worry about Texas Southern yet. Just based off that. Okay, go ahead. You were saying.
But it's not the same. Not the same. Not nowadays. Now Memphis and FAU. Those 8-9 seeds. I always hate picking those 8-9 seeds. They are so difficult to predict. But FAU is 31-3.
Yeah.
Whereas Memphis is only 26-8.
That could be an upset. Well, not really an upset because 8-9, but.
FAU has averaged holding their opponents to 65 points per game.
Damn.
Whereas Memphis is 71.9.
Okay.
That's a big stretch.
Yeah.
And then FAU averages about 78.8 points per game, whereas Memphis averages about 79. So that one's pretty close. But I don't know if FAU's defense can show up. I won't say an upset because I won't call the 8-9 seeds an upset.
No, you can't really.
Not really. Even the 6-7. Is it 6-7?
No. 7-10.
Yeah,
6-11.
7-10. Even the 7-10 can be a little hard to call too.
I'm just mad I don't have my Villanova Wildcats in it this year to root for.
Which is surprising.
When
was the last time that Villanova missed out on the tournament?
When was the last time there wasn't a Philadelphia team in the tournament?
1977. I saw that last night.
Wow. Good call, John. Nice.
Let's see, 87, 97, 07, 17, 40.
45 years?
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
The only reason I saw that because I saw it last night.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You don't have to own up, man. You could just say, "I knew that." We would have
I,
believed you. I would have bought. I would have bought it, John.
But I'm also interested in the South. I think the South could get quite interesting as well. I mean, with Alabama, Baylor, um, Virginia,
Maryland, West Virginia.
there's some, and Arizona.
Yeah.
There's some good there. That one's gonna be a tough one to beat. Now, honestly, my eyes, just because of how consistent Alabama has been playing all season long. Coming out of the SEC. Now, coming out of the SEC and winning the SEC in basketball is nothing like winning the SEC in football. We can all attest to that.
Yeah, much different.
But I mean, they have their third in BPI ranking. They had a overall record of 29-5, a conference record of 16-2, averaging 82 points per game and only allowing 68. So if they can keep up and improve on what they've done all season, there's no telling how far Alabama could go.
True.
But in order to get through the South, they're gonna have to get through Maryland or West Virginia. They're most likely gonna have to get through Virginia, because I see Virginia getting past Furman. I see Virginia getting past. I think it's gonna be a Virginia San Diego State matchup, which would be tough.
Yeah.
San Diego State is always a good team. They always seem to show up in the tournament. But I think out of all of that, I think the South is going to come down to three teams. You're going to see Alabama, Baylor, or Arizona coming out of the South.
Okay.
That's my prediction. Because those three teams, Baylor in the last few years have just dominated in the tournament. Arizona is looking really hot, and so is Alabama. The only other team that I might throw in there is Virginia, but
Yeah. Now, Sam, I gotta ask you a question real quick. Because we were talking about this earlier. Where is Yale at? I don't see them at all. You said there was 2 Ivy League schools.
yes, Yale
I see Princeton 15 in the South.
is. I just saw him. I know I did.
I'm just looking.
Yeah,
I'm not.
let's
I see VCU.
Princeton, Oral Roberts,
Because Sam had said there was 2 Ivy League schools in there.
Penn State, VCU. I could have sworn I saw Yale in there.
I'm just looking. I don't see them at all.
Well, I picked my my 512. I got VCU taking out St. Mary's.
That one, both VCU and St. Mary's are both very strong teams in the tournament.
Yep.
So that's one that I could see going either way. VCU, St. Mary's. Now, whether they'd be able to take out UConn,
Yeah, that's another
question.
story.
That's another story. But
I don't know. Watch out for Iona. They always play good in the tournament too.
very true.
Yeah, but UConn is just they're playing really well this year.
All I can say is I see my Penn State made the Midwest bracket as a 10 seed. Go Nittany Lions.
Really, John? Really, John?
What?
I went to Miami, man. Say Penn State to me. Why don't you just tell me Notre Dame? Come on, man. Just tell me Doug Flutie and show me the Hail Mary a few times.
That's Boston College. It's 2
Yeah, I'm gonna slip my wrist that day.
Wait, whoa. Stop. Before you do that. It wasn't, Doug Flutie did not play for Penn State. He played for Boston College.
I know, but I'm saying
But
teams that I hate.
Okay, but wait, how can you say you hate Boston College because they're the Eagles when you're a Philadelphia Eagles fan?
I don't care. They're mutant eagles. They don't wear green. They're not eagles.
Well, it's Curtis doing the chat. You got the Clayton Blue Jays over in the South bracket. So if he gets involved in this, he's
So now you're doing Diane Chambers. Come on, man.
I'm not the one saying really, John, on my stream. I'm just spitting facts, Ron. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Like who the hell is that? Nishaw State. Who the hell are they? Nishaw State. Colgate. Like there were so many teams in this year's bracket. I never heard of Grand Canyon University.
Grand Canyon University is actually they
you can look that one up. Have fun with that.
well they're I believe they're a private for-profit Christian university in Phoenix.
Okay. I mean 24-11. I guess they won the conference or whatever.
It was founded in 1949. Out of Phoenix.
Grand Canyon history lesson.
Yeah. And apparently, and as of 2018, it was the world's largest Christian university.
Oh, okay. I'll show that.
Wow.
Interesting.
What other ones have I never heard of before?
Boy, Houston's got a pretty good shot to run that bracket.
Oh, easily.
I mean, they got Northern Kentucky, and then they got the winner of Auburn and Iowa. And then they probably looking at the winner of maybe Miami, Indiana.
Who is that?
Houston.
Yeah. And Houston's another team that has just been playing, 31-3.
Yeah. And they're the one.
They're the number one seed.
Mm-hmm.
They're the one seed of one seeds.
Yeah, so they got a target on their back though. You gotta watch out for that too.
They have held their opponents to 56 points per game.
Wow.
So you can catch the Cougars.
That is an impressive number.
Absolutely. So I have to have one inappropriate pun a night, right, John?
Absolutely, that's in your contract.
So do you think Kent State has a shot?
Kent State. What, the Flashers? against the Hoosiers?
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe. Why? What's your pun for tonight?
That was it.
I was weak.
I'm sorry. Do you not know the history of Kent State?
Yeah, the Flashers.
Yeah. Well, there was an unfortunate incident in Kent State many, many years ago.
Okay.
And people got shot. Yes. Stay with me.
I am.
So, do they have a shot? Yeah. If I have to explain it, it's not as funny. Well, it's funny to me.
I get it.
Stick with me, man.
I mean, if they get by Indiana, are they going to get by you?
I'm not making any promises. I mean, they're a 5 seed. They really should have won the conference tournament. They lost to Duke. They were the 1 seed. They were the 1 seed in the ACC tournament. So
even Houston lost their tournament.
Yeah. So
with as strong as they are, they lost their tournament in the final against Memphis.
Yep. So anything can happen. There were teams knocked out of the tournament that were, very, very surprising. A lot of 2 seeds won conference tournaments this year.
Well, if it makes you happy, Ron, you said you guys lost your conference to Duke, right?
Yeah.
Duke is a 5 seed too, so don't feel bad.
Yeah.
All I have to say is UT beat number 3 Kansas to win their Big 12 championship.
There you go.
So we can beat Kansas, and Kansas is I think they're a 3 seed, 2 seed, 3 seed.
They were high. Yeah.
Kansas is a 1 seed.
No.
Who are you looking for?
Kansas.
Kansas is 1 in the West.
Are they really? Oh yeah, they are.
Wow.
I'm looking.
So how many of the 1 seeds?
Actually won the
So-
conference
So
tournaments.
Kansas lost theirs.
Hmm.
Houston lost theirs. Did Purdue win theirs?
I don't know.
And I know Bama won theirs. I have to look this up.
I'll look it up for you.
Purdue won 67-65 versus Penn State.
So Penn State almost won I think. So we both came running up in our comments one. So Penn State's a good team too.
I was thinking 2 out of the half of the number 1 seeds didn't even win their tournament.
There you go.
Interesting.
Oh, and Sam, I defended you earlier, by the way, just so you know.
With
Because Ron said, "What good comes from Texas?" I was like, "Sam Simmons."
well, thank you. Well, thank you.
You know where he was going with that comment.
I'm still stuck on movie night from Friday. Sorry.
I was telling him about that
Oh,
earlier. You
brother.
guys are going to set up a Mighty Ponthon night, and I'm taking a Friday night off.
Yeah, because Life of Brian and Meaning of Life were on the cult classic list this week.
He's in his own world. I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah.
Sam, that's.
I'm looking at sports stuff.
Okay.
You don't care about Mighty Python?
Oh, I do. Now, the only Monty Python movie I have seen is the only one, really the only one that everybody must see, and that's the Holy Grail.
Yeah.
So.
Absolutely.
Well, you had Ron quoting it the other night and said, "Where's Sam at when I need him?" Because I'm sitting here like, what the hell is he talking about?
So.
Yeah, I mean, the link's up on the page if you want to join in on the bracket. Feel free to join in on the fun on the group
Jack.
page.
Hi. Good to see you.
Jack Campbell is everywhere.
Oh, he's always on my stream. He'll come in, say a joke, and then leave.
Oh, yeah, it's nice though. He likes to support everybody, so
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I can't knock him for that. But yeah, I mean, I did tag your gamer page in it, so if you want to also give periodical updates on your end when you're
Oh,
streaming.
of course. Of course. I'm gonna post it up on my end too. So.
Make sure you tag the basement show so people
Of
come
course.
find it on mine too. So that's how a collaboration works.
Well, of course.
As I'm messing with my lights. Wrong button. Turn them off. Whoops.
No, I was just gonna post it up and say we are not collaborating with anybody.
Wow. Okay. Well, I'll untag you. That's fine. No problem.
Nice.
But
I like the orange.
oh yeah, that orange looks good.
Yeah, doesn't it? It makes it pop a little bit.
It does.
We'll try to do the candle effect. Yeah, I like that. Ooh.
Wow.
Ooh. Wow.
Ah.
The power of my remote.
Nice.
I'm having
Not
too much-
bad, not bad. I like the new setup, John. I love the new setup. It looks really good.
It's coming
Yeah,
along.
man.
Well, I can't do black, Gary. I apologize. Orange and black is the flyers, but unfortunately, I can't do black. I mean, I can make the room go completely dark, but no orange and black combination, unfortunately. Man. Anything else that we need to add for tonight, or
No,
No, I think
I
that's
think
it. We
it's gonna
just
be a great March Madness. I think we're gonna have some upsets that we just don't expect. I would not be surprised to see one of these 12 teams make a run. So, there's been a number 12 seed in the Sweet 16 every year, last 2-3 years. So, I would not be surprised if we see one of these teams come up and, the question is, who will it be? Will it be Charleston? Will it be Oral Roberts? Will it be Drake or will it be
Whoa,
VCU?
whoa, whoa, whoa! Don't say Drake. That was gonna be my fun to end the night.
So
Nice. I don't know. We'll see. Everybody get them brackets filled out.
starts Thursday.
If I'm
Let's
picking
have-
one, I'm picking Providence over Kentucky. John Calipari has struggled mightily the last couple of years. So I say 11 beating 11 seeded Providence beating Kentucky in the first round.
Nice.
That's your upset.
Of the first round, yes.
See. Mm,
Since you ruined my Drake over Miami.
I didn't ruin anything.
Oh, you want me to go with Texas Southern beating who the hell would they play? Hold on.
Alabama?
There you go.
No.
Texas Southern over Alabama.
No, Purdue. Sorry. Texas Southern over Purdue.
Yes, there you go. Texas Southern over Purdue.
Ain't happening. They might not even get past. Who is it?
Perry Dickinson.
Yeah, that one.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
Sam, I'm gonna make you a bet right now. A little friendly bet. Okay, no money involved. Okay. Texas Southern beats Perry Dickinson. Plays Purdue in the first round. Mariah, if you're watching this one's for you too. Texas Southern upsets Purdue. Round 1. I am wearing an Eagles jersey at your wedding.
No, I will not accept that. Mariah will kill me for accepting that. Not happening. No way. I mean, I could because I am that confident that they're probably not even going to get into the tournament. But
All right. How about if you wear an Eagles shirt then on the show one night? We'll crucify you.
only if you lose, you wear a Cowboy jersey.
I'll find one. I have to go try dumpster diving, but I'm sure I can find one.
Cool.
Well, it's not that hard to find. Just go look in the trash after a Cowboy season. It's always shredded up in the tissue paper.
I'd just like to state that I am not saying any of this. Right now I am Switzerland. You two fight it out. I should just duck out of here.
Don't leave yet. Hold on.
Yeah.
I gotta find something. Hold on. Wait. Nope. Wait. Don't leave. I need a world map.
I think I'm gonna say my upset's gonna be Iona over UConn.
Nice.
That could be a good one.
That would be a major upset.
Iona over UConn. Both of them have held their opponents to 65 points per game. Both of them are scoring about the same points per game. So I'm gonna put Iona over UConn. That's gonna be my upset.
Yeah, I'm definitely going with VCU over St. Mary's in the 5-12 in the first round.
I could see that one. And of course, we get 3 brackets. So if you have a few ideas, you could
Yeah.
throw them around.
All right.
I mean, I'd love to see Oral Roberts take out Duke in the first round, but I just don't know if that's feasible. I think Duke's playing some pretty decent ball.
You never know, though. You never know.
Well,
Yep.
Sam, real quick, go back to Ron's thing about being Switzerland, okay? I'm going to give you 4 picks. You get to pick one, okay?
Okay.
France, Germany, Austria, or Italy. Who do you pick?
I need some context here.
Just pick one of those 4.
Am I picking one to go visit? I mean...
No, to go to battle with.
Okay, so pick one to go to battle with. Okay.
France, Germany, Austria, or Italy.
Italy, because they always surrender anyway.
All right, then I'm going to go Germany. Ron, you're in the middle. Well, invasion Ron. My aunt proposed at Duke University a few years ago. That's pretty cool. My aunt proposed at Duke. Well, you said that you're Switzerland, so you're going to stay in the middle. So I was trying to find what countries border Switzerland so we can invade you.
Oh, okay, I got
So
you.
I looked up a world map real quick.
Nice.
I don't know that.
See that? We got math and geography tonight.
Yeah.
Yay!
Batting 1,000.
Yeah, man.
Oh, if you want, I can add some more history into there. No, we did have history because we talked about Texas Southern, so we already got our history.
There you go.
So where's the science?
Very well rounded tonight.
Well,
we need science.
No, science. No, well, that's math. I was gonna say the percentages, but that falls under the math category.
Yeah.
Science proves that a 15 seed always beats a 2 seed. I don't know.
But it doesn't. That's math.
I don't know. I tried. I give up. Okay.
Worth a shot.
It was.
Yep.
But
Well,
yeah,
I'm looking forward to filling out mine tomorrow, so I'll definitely have mine in there.
I'm over here filling it out right now, just going through here. At least my first bracket.
If people go back and rewatch the show, you like the comedy routine, the link is on the group page on mine. Sam's going to have it on his. Jesus Week Gaming. You can go and find the downloadable link. It's free to join. Feel free to submit up to 3 entries, like Sam said, and just have some fun with it. But
it's going to be fun.
It should be. I mean,
podcast madness.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a good game. I liked it. It had a catchy catch to it.
Yep.
It does. But I think we're going to have fun. I think we're going to have some fun here.
Yeah. It should be the NCAA bracket link on the group page.
I think the winner should be able to have a guest appearance, or the option to have a guest appearance at the end of a show to come on and say, "Yeah, I win."
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I think that'd be cool. Winner. I mean, it's your show, John or Ron. So it's I don't want to overstep my bounds, but I think it'd be cool if at the end of March Madness, whoever wins the bracket challenge, they get to come on and insert their bragging rights.
Okay. Well, here's what I'll do. When we figure out who the winner is, I will ship a crown or a tiara to the winner, and then they can place it on their own head during a live broadcast, and we will celebrate their victory.
Oh, what you could do, you could go on to Amazon. Amazon has fantasy rings.
Okay.
Like you could actually like fantasy football championship ring, that type of stuff. I'm sure you could get something like that for. Who won our league, John?
My friend Vinny.
Oh, that's right. We need to get him his ring.
Yep.
Was he your cousin?
No, my next door neighbor was the best friend of mine.
He wasn't your cousin, Vinny?
No, my brother. More like my brother growing up.
Okay, there you go.
I knew where you were going with that. I get it. But
I would hope so, because even I got that one.
Now, see, but we had Curtis lose and then TJ lose. Are we still getting the loser's trophy, even though it was a highly immature one? Sam had found a swinging nut shack. And it says fantasy loser on the bottom of it.
That's almost as good as when I worked for Blockbuster. When I would have sales contests in my district, I had 2 rotating trophies. I had one trophy that had a really nice gold horse's head on the top. And then I had another trophy that had a horse's ass. So whoever came in first got the horse head. Whoever came in last got the horse's ass. And then they had to hold it till the next contest.
Oh, brother.
And they had to sit at the meetings with it in front of them.
I'll just do that to be funny. I think that'd be cool to represent.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, we have a full week of shows this week. Morgan's told me specifically, I talked to her a little bit today, no kids are allowed in the show tomorrow.
Uh-oh.
Oh, brother.
I am scared to find out. She hasn't told me exactly what the hell it is.
Does that mean I'm out?
You can pop in whenever you want, man. You know that. But Apparently, no
Well,
kids are allowed tomorrow, so
according to my wife, I'm 12, so you know
you might want to talk to Morgan then to make sure it's okay to pop in.
I
Like
have
I
to
said,
clear it with the boss.
I have no idea what she has planned. Absolutely none.
Well, that encourages me to tune in. I'd like to see what she's got up her sleeve.
I'm scared. Flat out scared. Tomorrow night might be the first night we actually get in trouble on this show.
It's amazing it
Let's
hasn't happened
not do
yet.
that. Let's not do that. Let's not get in trouble.
I haven't. We've crossed some boundaries though, Sam and we haven't gotten anything yet. Yet, I'm not gonna make that.
Yeah, knock wood.
Well, I guess we'll find out.
Wednesday night is my Video Game Mania show. I have a very big guest coming on, Coach Clay TV, who is a very good friend of mine. Sam knows him as well, live and in person. He's an awesome person. He's actually a mentor to help reason I started this. So that's going to be fun to talk with him. And then Friday we are celebrating our 100th live show. So with some fashion. And then we'll dive into our movie night conversation. I don't know if we continue the cult classics on, if you're on, or if Andrew makes her return this week. That should be up to her. I will reach out to her and talk to her. But we might have
she was getting ink today, by the way.
Yes, I did see that.
She got inked yesterday.
Oh,
She
yesterday.
got inked yesterday, and they are both awesome tattoos.
And did she play
have
Fortnite
not
with you
seen them.
guys?
Do what?
Did she play Fortnite with you and Curtis?
No, she wasn't able to make it.
Okay.
But we still had some fun.
Hopefully she goes back and rewatches this. Andrea, you know you're always welcome on any of our shows anytime you want. So.
Amen.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? You may even see Sam again Friday night as a pop-in thank you for celebrating the 100th live show, because that's pretty impressive that we've hit that mark. And I'm pretty excited to keep the show growing. So anyone who goes back and rewatches it, if you haven't followed the page, like, follow, spread the word. I mean, we're here for a long run. A couple weeks we have a new show starting. I think that's what the message is trying to say. I guess we'll find out.
That's what it seems like to me.
I guess we'll find out next week, because next Thursday is the 23rd, and that's what the message said. See you soon, 323, whatever that means. So, I mean, yeah, a lot of exciting things coming. Plus, I have something I hope to be presenting at least once next week on one of the shows. Ron, you don't even have an idea yet. This is a complete surprise.
Yeah, like I never heard that before.
No, this one's a complete surprise. I'm not showing anyone. I'm just going to pull it up on a show and represent whatever it is.
And don't forget May 9th.
He already told me. I
Yeah.
No, I didn't. Oh, Lon's right. We're going to cut Sam's picture off for a minute. But it's on the bottom. May 9th, if anyone's interested in the South Jersey, Philadelphia area, we're trying to get a group of people together to go to a Phillies Blue Jays game, oddly enough, for dog night.
Can I join wearing my Astros gear?
If you want to get beat up in Philly, sure. If you wear it underneath, you might be safer than on top. But Ron also wants to have a hot dog eating contest that night. So I'm kind of scared to see how that one plays out.
I've been there, done that. I'm not doing it again.
Well, maybe if you want to come to town, you can appreciate this one.
When I get to Philly, I'm going for a Philly cheesesteak. So, John, by the way, when I'm coming up there, you need to take me and Mariah to the best Philly cheesesteak in Philly.
John's roast pork.
John's
roast pork on Snyder Avenue, right off of Delaware. I guarantee it's won James Beard Award. Okay,
John, you're gonna meet us there.
I will meet you guys there for that. I could go for a John's cheesesteak, man.
All right, there you go. It's a date. I would say a threesome, but that wouldn't sound right. It's a date.
Wait a second. Hold on now.
Wait, groomsman, you have to you have to meet the bride. You have to meet the bride before the wedding. So, I am flying into Philly on the 28th, May 28th. So, You be ready for that one.
Wrote it down, Skippy. I got it right here. But Ron, you can write that one down too. You're more than welcome to join.
Okay. Got it.
Keep me in line.
I have to run that by Mariah first.
No, he's going. He's getting. He recommended the place he has to be there. We can call my dad for the day.
You can just pretend you don't know me. I'm just going for the cheesesteak, man.
There you go.
You can sit at the booth behind us.
I'll be right there, you know. I'll be listening
Just
in.
the
I'll be
booth
going,
behind us every once in a while, just like
you're going to say something.
yeah,
I'm
I
going to
like
yeah. And it's like, who's that guy? Yeah, don't worry about it. Some homeless guy.
Me and John will look at each other.
He's just talking to himself.
No clue.
Show up your dog's like that.
I got cheesesteak.
Show up in your sunglasses and all that.
Oh man.
Guy trying to lick his elbows in the booth, you know.
I was gonna say, Sam, can you lick? Because apparently, being from Texas, you're able to do that. Can you lick your elbow, Sam?
No, you're not able to. Just being from Texas doesn't mean you can do that.
Well, I told Ron I'm gonna snap my elbow and do it on stream one night. Uh-oh, he's getting something.
You just need some big choppers to do that.
What the hell?
It's what he uses to teach kids how to brush their teeth. Do you have the giant toothbrush to go with it?
What else do you have in this room?
I got everything here, man.
Oh man, I'm scared now.
I thought Godzilla was a little bigger than that.
I'm scared now. I mean, you got a whole listing.
That's funny. Mrs. Godzilla said the same thing.
Oh, brother. Oh, brother.
At least we wish to end this show. I mean, if people go back and we watch it, they'll get at least 4 minutes of comedy.
Oh, Lord. Okay. Oh.
And on that note.
Yeah. Sam, thanks
And
for
on
joining in.
that note, man.
Just keep joining in on the fun, get your brackets filled out, and yeah. Like Sam and Ryan has offered, whoever wins the bracket.
Am I really? I don't know why I'm doing this, but I'm calling UConn over Kansas.
Oh boy.
Like I'm just looking at the stats going. I'm looking at the stats going. Statistically, UConn should beat out Kansas.
Little pre-warm up for one night.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of which, before I sign this off, I moved the start time up tomorrow night until 8 o'clock. Morgan just started a new job. She doesn't want to be up really late, so we're going to do 8 to 10 tomorrow night.
Okay.
So instead of a normal 9 to 11, the show would be 8 to 10 Eastern Standard. So saying that would be 7 your time, and anyone else, figure out the time difference. But apparently his dog is whining right now. I don't know why. Did you scare the dog?
Would that qualify as science if you did time zones? I mean,
No, math.
no, okay. Right.
You guys have anything else that you would like to add?
No, I think.
No,
that's
I'm
it.
all good.
Alright, and I will be back tomorrow night. You might see DJ Scoop in the house, so he always pops in whenever he wants, who knows. But if not, thanks to everyone for watching. We had Jack in the chat, Gary, Curtis, my cousin Kelsey popped in for a while, Diamond on Twitch. Who else do we have? Matt, Dark Nexus, the other Matt.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty much about it.
That was pretty much who was in the chat.
Nope, her name is Mandy. Well, Jack, tell Mandy I thank her for watching.
Yes. Indeed.
But till then, everyone, have a good night.
Good night,
Have
everybody.
a good one.
Sam's busy doing his losing bracket. That's okay. Don't think too hard, Sam.
This one's gonna win.
Yeah, okay. Sure. Bye.